For Off the Block, I'm Vinny Lopes, and we are now joined by Coker men's volleyball coach Eric Synder. And Coach, you look at the college men's volleyball standings right now. There's only two teams in the nation left undefeated. Number one, Ohio State, and then you guys. Can you just talk about the start of the season and why you guys have been so successful to start off 3-0?
Yeah, I mean it's been amazing start for the program this year, and we're in to be mentioned in the same line as Ohio State, national champs is pretty amazing. But we're trying our best to improve every day, just like every other team in the country, and we're very blessed to be able to start on a good note. The guys have worked hard throughout the course of the fall and through our couple of weeks here getting ready for the season, and it's paying off. I think that we're coming together pretty well, and it's showing that even as an independent, we can compete well and have some success. So I'm very proud of the team so far.
And Coach, this past weekend you go on the road, beat Belmont Abbey, beat North Greenville. What does that mean to your program that you're able to go on the road and get wins against the North Carolina teams?
Yeah, those Conference Carolina teams are well coached. They have talented players, just like everyone else. And for us to actually go on the road, it's a big confidence boost for us. It's one thing to play at home in front of your home crowd. There's a lot of excitement. It's another thing to go on the road in hostile environments and come through. So I think that our guys showed some grit. They showed some character, and they showed some support and camaraderie by staying together and supporting each other on the road. So we're thankful that we could go into those gymnasiums and play well, good enough to win the games, and we're looking forward to the next step in the game. So.
Yeah, now I got to ask you about your opposite, Victor Santos. He's really, it seemed like he came in midway through last season and really started tearing it up, and this season already is averaging 4 kills per game. Can you just talk about what has made him so successful offensively?
I think there's just consistency and hard work. We put in some hard work off the court, and I think that's translating to some success on the court. We're learning and maturing, and the players are supporting each other around the court. So it's very much every coach in the country looks for consistency. I think that's been the number one priority, and coming through and being as consistent as possible and growing and maturing, because they say that age and maturity and having older players is a good thing. And there's a reason for that. When they come in, and there's very few times that you find a freshman or even sophomore that's really ready to take part and be as consistent as a lot of players out there, a lot of good talented players. But we've been fortunate enough to grow the program and to have some great guys that are playing consistent right now, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Now, just kind of take us through this a little bit, because he is one of 3 Brazilian players that you have on your roster. How is a school in South Carolina able to develop a Brazilian pipeline?
I think that once I was lucky enough that Artur Cabral was here when I arrived, and very blessed to be able to work with him my first year. And usually once you get one, and usually once you recruit one of those types of players that is happy and is competing well and is enjoying their college experience in the States, you can the word kind of spreads a little bit, and you can attach yourself to some of those other players that are interested in coming to the States to play. And as long as you go through the vetting process and find out what type of person, what type of player they are, just like any other recruit, and try to attract them to a good program, a good school, a good area of the country, that they can be happy and be successful. I think that recruiting is recruiting whatever sport you're in, whatever discipline that you're in. If you can provide a great product where certain players that are already in your program are successful and they're happy and they're doing the right things, then you can attract more of those types of talented players, and that's what we're trying to do here. And it's not just the international Brazilian players. We have a Serbian on our team, but we're trying to combine that with great talented players from the States that can really help and boost our program as well too. So trying to blend those two cultures and personalities together is a challenge, but once it happens, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Now, we're still early in the college men's volleyball season, so I'm sure not every fan's had an opportunity to see you guys play. So for that, average men's volleyball fan who may not have been able to see you guys play, how would you just describe the way your team plays on the court and the style that you guys bring to the game?
I think it's changed over the last three seasons. We're entering into our third season with myself at the helm here. So I think we've developed a culture of camaraderie, and I think we've developed a culture of exciting volleyball. Fast-paced volleyball. It's not monotonous. It's not something you go out and you're just waiting for a great play to happen. I think we constantly talk about. Creating a sense of excitement on the court between just each other and for the fans, and I think that exciting men's volleyball is always something that people love to watch, especially live and in person. So it's very important for us to create that type of environment, especially in the Southeast. Southeast isn't necessarily isn't a mecca for men's or boys volleyball, and we're trying to change that. So once people come out and watch us play, there's a general sense of, wow, this is exciting. This is something that I would enjoy coming to watch, and it's competitive. So I think there's a general sense of excitement and great volleyball plays. And I tell the guys all the time, make the play that you don't think you can make, and sometimes people will turn their head and go, wow, this is really something we need to pay attention to, and that's our main goal.
Yeah, and you look at the Coker program now compared to when you took it over a couple of years ago. What has been the biggest difference in that time span?
I think that the biggest change has been just the awareness of how great this program can and will become. I'm very confident in the fact that we've recruited well. I think we're in a nice town here in Hartsville, South Carolina, which is incredibly supportive of the guys in the program and the team. I think that we've garnered a lot of interest from the people just locally here in the town of Hartsville. I think we're supported by the town, and there's a lot. The guys themselves really go out into the community and help out. We have our days where we do random acts of kindness. I think that we're marketing ourselves really well. I think we're boasting a great program, and getting people out to see our games is the main point of emphasis, because once they come out and see us play, they're excited and they tell somebody else. And as you know, word of mouth is the greatest marketing tool that you have. So we're trying to continue to grow the program and the excitement for men's volleyball in the Southeast.
And this Friday, you probably have one of your biggest challenges of the season, going on the road to play Penn State. First time in your program's history you're going to be taking on the Nittany Lions. Can you just talk about that match a little bit and what you're expecting to get out of it?
Yeah, Penn State is. Last year we had Ohio State. This year is Penn State. We never kind of shy away from a challenge, and Penn State and Ohio State have always been perennial powerhouses, and we're lucky that Coach Pavlik and the Penn State Nittany Lions have agreed to have us up. We're stoked. The guys can't wait to go up there and play, and it's an enhanced level of competition. It's great for our program, and the opportunity to play someone of that stature that has a great amount of success and does things the right way and has had a program for years that has been successful is something we're greatly looking forward to. I think that we're in a position right now where we're a six-year program, and we're starting to make those big strides, and we appreciate any of the Division I's, the big Division I schools that are willing to compete against us, so that we can further enhance men's volleyball just in the Southeast and just in general. So we're excited for the challenge. We look forward to going up to State College and competing as best we can, and it's just a very exciting time for the men's volleyball program at Coker right now.
Yeah, and what's going to be your biggest point of emphasis in practice this week for you guys as you prepare to play the Nittany Lions?
I think just continuing to play consistent. A lot of coaches out there will say that everyone's good, everyone's talented, everyone has good players, but it's the teams that remain consistent that usually win and come out on top. I think for us, it's not to try to change too much of what we do. Don't change the way that we compete, because I think we do have a good product. We'll alter some things and prepare for some different things that Penn State may do, but overall, just don't try to change too much. We have a good thing going, but just to remain consistent with serving. First of all, contact's going to be huge, as it is for everyone. but serving consistency and just remaining consistent and limiting unforced errors, just like every other team does when they go out and play. But against great competition, you have to be even more focused on that. But I think that sometimes that teams that are getting ready for big enhanced competition, they maybe try to do too much. They try to change too much about who they are. We're not going to do that. We're just going to be who we are and try to play at a higher level.
All right, Coach, and one final question about Penn State, and we'll let you go on this. You guys have a long bus ride to get up there, so are there any underdog movies or anything like that you're going to be playing the bus ride? Any Hoosiers or Miracle, Rudy, anything like that?
I don't know. I'm not necessarily big on watching movies before great opponents. It's just I don't know. Maybe maybe a funny movie to keep us light and keep us relaxed a little bit. I'll let the guys decide. I really haven't thought about the movies yet. But I think we have enough leadership on the team that and we have some great personalities on the team, some very unique personalities and a very unique set of people and guys that they'll pick some stuff that's relatively light and enjoyable to watch, and they're just that type of group. They get along well. They joke around with each other. They roast each other quite a bit. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great trip for us, but we'll see what happens.